All right, guys. So I got some really interesting news that I just came across. It's a couple days old, but nonetheless, it's very poignant for the times. So, U.S. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin appoints Coinbase Chief Legal Officer to oversee banking system. Very interesting. So, U.S. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, a longtime cryptocurrency and Bitcoin skeptic, has named Brian Brooks as one of the country's top banking regulators. Brooks will serve as the next chief operating officer and first deputy comptroller of the Office of the Comptroller of Currency after stepping down from his role as chief legal officer at Coinbase, the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the United States. The OCC, established in 1863, is the primary regulator of banks and federal savings associations in the U.S., issuing rules and regulations that govern the banks it supervises and taking supervisory actions against banks that fail to comply or otherwise engage in risky practices. Okay, this is the interesting part here. So he wrote in a piece published by Fortune in November of 2019. The time has come for a tokenized version of the dollar. And it's not just those of us in the cryptocurrency world who think so. In recent months, senior U.S. officials have been exploring the idea of minting greenbacks on the distributed ledger software known as blockchain. The idea appears inevitable. So we've been talking about this for a while, for some time, that obviously the dollar, in so many forms, right? So many people, whether they work in Uber, restaurants, even most businesses, right? Most people, for the most part, aren't even dealing with cash physically on the day-to-day basis. I'm not saying we should get rid of cash. I think that it's essential that of having some form of cash, right? Just in case the emergency scenarios, the grid goes down, or you want to be able to just get paid in cash, right? But this seems like an inevitable move in which the dollar would become tokenized at some point, because so much of the dollar's daily transactions are digital, just sort of balance sheet moves, and it's a big mess anyway, right? But at least if it was done in this way, there'd be more transparency and traceability with it all. Obviously, utilizing and having things on blockchain could be used in the government's favor to sort of maximize tax efficiencies and be able to collect as much as possible. But nonetheless, I think having somebody who's been let's say on the inside, who's been involved in crypto, who understands the value that this can bring and the difference it can make in people's lives, it's good to see that the U.S. government is moving forward and having somebody like this on the inside to sort of help craft policy and oversee how the banking system is going to adjust. I'm not really in that camp where I think the banking system is just going to go away overnight. I think it's going to be around for much longer than I think a lot of the rogue crypto maximalists think, but nonetheless, it is a slow progression. I thought this was interesting news I wanted to share with you guys. I hope that you guys find it valuable. If you do, like the video, share it around. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.